301.
Yeah, the original street, they was westbound, south, and west positive. Little westbound,
This is the one for, that was by Cross Bay Boulevard?
yeah, affirmative.
Okay, that's one. 11-1 terminated in the 42870 Jennings.
What's up, felon? You gotta change your name, man. I don't like that name. Looks like the crime scene is over. I guess we're just doing locator shots. Yeah. At least there's a car here with the lights on. So anyone just joining us, this is a scene where in Brooklyn, where a woman was shot and police were canvassing the area for a potential second victim. You can see the police tape in the garbage there. How you doing? You know what happened? All I know is a woman was shot, and they were looking for possibly a second victim.
Yeah.
You want to say anything for the news?
Oh, no, thank you.
Huh?
I look crazy right now.
Huh?
I said I look crazy right now.
I don't think you look crazy at all.
Yeah, no, thank you.
You know?
Thank you anyway.
You got your clothes on, that's good.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, man.
Have a good night.
You too. How you doing, Marty? Female was shot here in the vicinity of this location. We're also canvassing the area for a second possible victim. Reckless, this is in Brooklyn. You guys heard about the woman that was shot here just now?
No, we just got off the subway.
Oh, okay. That's all we know. We're not sure how bad she is. I heard they're looking also for a second possible victim in the hospitals.
Oh no.
So possibly have the two shot, but only one confirmed so far. You guys want to say anything for the news? On camera?
We're from New Mexico.
Oh, y'all are visiting?
No, we're
More
not.
officers on the street. More officers.
Huh?
More officers on the street.
Oh, you want to say anything on camera?
Not really, but let me tell you. How long ago?
Exactly.
Maybe 3 days ago or 2 days ago, on those streets, there was a shooting. 3 people got involved.
Oh, yeah, I was there, yeah. Thank you.
Not neighborhood.
No, sorry.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy your visit. Check out Prospect Park. Yeah. Yeah, so that's all we know so far. Woman shot, unknown her condition, possible second victim the police are looking for. Y'all heard about the woman shot around here? You want to say anything for the news? Thank you. So right now I'm canvassing the area myself. See if we find any blood stains or whatever, maybe. EMS gloves, gauze, you know, that kind of stuff. It's always interesting to find stuff like that after the fact when the crime scene is over. And yeah, you're pretty much showing up to a dead scene. Thought I saw an EMS glove here. Bingo. See that glove? See what y'all have to say. You know, I'm gonna put this sling on here since I had it off. I like to fold the sling in when it's in the camera bag, and I like to put it around myself when I'm out. Let's see what y'all got to say. Yes, Brooklyn. What's up, Reckless? Molly Grossman. How you doing, Janelle? Did I speak to police? Not on the phone, no. And I usually don't ask any officers on the scene unless I see a supervisor. Then they may volunteer some information, but you know, I'm not expecting anything. What's up, FDNY Picks? I'm in I think the Flatbush section of Brooklyn. And there's a cockroach here. Check it out. That's quite nasty. And I think hopefully it's not coming for me. Oh shit. Excuse my French. I actually don't curse on YouTube. Why do they leave blood supplies behind? Hazardous material. Hey, you know what? Great point. But you know what? I think the last thing they're thinking about during an emergency is picking up gloves off the floor. So let's see if we find it. In a way, they're saying in New York is the safest city in America. Well, Reckless, I do understand what they say is it's the safest big city in America. So they're definitely not comparing New York City to, say, Pocatello, Idaho, or anything like that. They're probably comparing it to, you know, Detroit, Los Angeles, etc. So yeah, let's see if we can, what else we find here. Probably about to leave soon. You know, I hate being in the middle of Brooklyn. And I should be at my regular spot waiting for something to go down, which is my usual strategy. There you go, another one. But then you wonder where it happened, though, as far as blood stains or whatever. And this might be it, but I think it looks more like oil stains to me. Don't know for sure. Were you here when the shooting happened, ma'am?
Oh, no.
There's a woman shot. You want to say anything for the news?
No, I don't.
Thank you.
Where was this?
Right in this intersection over here. Yeah, I think it happened here too. I see some gloves on the ground.
Just someone open work.
How you doing? Were you here when the shooting happened? Some liquor bottles there. I think I'm almost done here. So this is pretty much just like locator, it's more like locator footage showing the location where it happened, and I was lucky enough to find some evidence as getting a police car with the emergency lights on, which is always great for visuals. Were you here when the shooting happened? Were you here when the shooting happened? Were you here when the shooting happened?
No, it's not.
There was a woman shot in that intersection there, and they were looking for a second possible victim. Don't know if you want to comment for the news. Thank you. Yeah, that one over there, where the police car is. So you got your fried chicken spot. Definitely get a shot of that. There's been a surprising number of violent incidents, sometimes around fried chicken spots. And I found myself at often, actually. You here when the shooting happened, sir? Oh, a woman was shot over there. You want to say anything for the news? Okay, thank you. So I think I'm done here. Found minimal evidence. Just gloves, not even gauze. Not even gauze. Anybody saw my possum video? I thought that was a nice go home job, you know? It was a nice job I had before I went home yesterday morning. I was gonna catch that scooter, but too fast. That scooter was too fast. Wait a minute. I think this is paint though. I don't think this is blood. Yeah, I think that's paint. What do you guys think? It looks like paint, don't it? Then again, I am a little bit colorblind, so. Yeah, I think it happened around here too. Another shot of the RMP and I'm out of here. Maybe against the walls there. I like that. Yep, Jacob was definitely overkill tonight, although it's like 66 degrees out. Janelle, bear with me. I'm going to see if it's the Wi-Fi connection. I don't know if the Wi-Fi is on. Let's get your questions real quick. Let's see. Cool visual. Yeah, I do love shadows. You know, if you're a photographer, you're gonna notice the shadows and try to capture those shadows. When I stream a long time, like how loud? Why don't you stream a long time? You see, I had to break down that sentence there. I think it would be more convenient if I had two phones because I do use my GPS. And if you look at my earlier live videos when I first started, and look for them, you will see them. If not, send me a message, maybe I'll send it to you. When I used to go online for like, you know, 2, 3, 4 hours or whatever, but then I would make wrong turns. I would try to use the GPS. I would get off the live stream and leave you guys hanging, trying to find my way out to the location and all that it was just really messy. Not to mention, it's not the best for operational security, not the best idea. So that's why I don't do those epic long live streams. So I figured this way I'm able to use my GPS. I'm able to, you know, communicate with my team. And then when we finally get to that scene, then we go live, and I'm finding that is the best way for me. That does not mean in the future I'll get a second phone and, you know, go live the whole time to deliver a better live experience for you guys, especially those who like to watch us for hours. Mister, you got to be careful. Why leave blood supplies? I think I already answered that question. What's up, Mike? Is it Mike? I thought it was Mike RN for a second. But yeah, let's see what we can do here. I need to get out of this area. But yeah, I do believe this is either the Flatbush section, or because I know a little bit north is Crown Heights. So actually, I wonder why they were still there. Maybe there was something in front of that police car. Maybe I should have looked. That's the only reason I can think they would still be there. But, oh well. By the way, there's an EMS press conference, City Hall tomorrow. I think it's around 11 a.m. Yeah, EMS personnel are going to get together, I believe, with the union. They're going to speak about pay disparity and such. As you know, EMS gets paid the lowest out of police, fire, sanitation. So we may not be able to make it because I'm usually asleep around that time, but definitely check it out, or hopefully it'll be on the news. I don't see why it wouldn't be on the news. it's definitely something newsworthy. It's a press conference, so all the news stations should be there. And it's at City Hall, so. Beauty and flavors of New York City. Thank you, eggshood61. What's up, Bathing Ape? I love New York City. I've been there twice to visit. I'm gonna spend a few days out there one day. Yeah, definitely check it out. I still want to check out the vessel personally. It looks like a huge pine cone or spaceship, and it's filled with nothing but glass and stairs. It looks pretty interesting. So, gotta take the wifey over there one of these days. Maybe this weekend. Wifey, if you're hearing this. Hopefully it's not a slow Wednesday night. Although technically it's Thursday morning now. So you know when you're in Crown Heights, when you see start to see Jewish folks walking around, it's when you know you're out of. So I think south of Crown Heights is Flatbush. And again, there's folks who I do believe there's Jewish folks that live around Flatbush as well. Like Flatbush Girl on Instagram, she is hilarious.
Okay, thank you.
Someone called 911 because their roommate stole sneakers. Okay. Yeah. Excuse me, 911. My roommate stole my sneakers. That was totally unacceptable. And I hope you show up to find him and arrest him. Yeah, he's my roommate. He's right next door. And this is Eastern Parkway. If anybody who saw that ambulance driving video, this is one of the locations that ambulance was driving, by the way. Yeah, Bathing Ape, that's correct. But you know what? The New Yorkers, here's what they ended up doing. I mean, at least that's the case for me, and from what I hear from other folks, is that you get stuck in your routine, right? Doing the same things, going to the same places, and I'll admit, it is kind of difficult sometimes to get yourself to do something new, and that's something that we try to do as often as we can, but there's something to be said about the same routines and stuff that you usually do. It really takes out the guesswork of whether it's where to go to eat or which movie theater to go to or stuff like that. But definitely we'll always hear about events and try to go to it. And I think because I'm in the news business, it makes it much easier because I'm watching the news all the time on TV and I'm always hearing about events. I believe it was Photoville was one recent event that we attended, which I thought was pretty good. You got to see a lot of photos and photo galleries and shipping containers. This guy, we didn't go live, but he did the same thing. Tried running across 4 lanes of traffic in the middle of downtown Brooklyn, one of the busiest intersections near Barclays Center. 33-year-old male, he lost his life. Car killed him. He ran against a pedestrian green light. Wasn't jaywalking, he was jay running. He bought his last container of halal food, chicken over rice. The halal food cart worker, mentioned he also smelled alcohol on his breath. He wasn't drunk, but he looked like he had a couple of drinks. He then Jay ran across the street. This was on Atlantic and this was on Flatbush and 4th Avenue. One car swerved to avoid him. Another car killed him. Heavy windshield damage. We're gonna post that video, by the way, probably tonight. So tragic story. We posted the video that it was aired on News 12. I thought I just heard an ambulance. And actually, I think we're gonna pass it right now. Yeah, ironically, right? Ever had chopped cheese? What do you mean? Chopped cheese. Don't know what that is. Go to East New York? Why would I go to East New York? How you doing? Wouldn't you like to know? Honestly, I wouldn't say the touristy spots suck. I would say it's nice to show. I would say it's nice to show, folks that never been here, and now they're, their family or friends are visiting with you, and if you show them around, yeah, I mean, show them the touristy stuff, which I think is fine. I don't have a huge problem with it because even some of these spots I've never personally been to because there's just so many touristy spots. But yeah, definitely also have them check out the local spots as well. Like places that you like to go to as well, I think. And for example, my wife grew up in Brooklyn. She's never been on the Roosevelt Island tram, So I think that even New Yorkers haven't been on some of the touristy attractions. I guess Roosevelt Island tram, it's not the most common thing to do. Then again, you got new stuff too, like the Vessel. And I'm not sure how long ago the High Line was built, but when I came here as a kid and as a teenager, I don't think the High Line was here. And reportedly, the mayor has not even been on the High Line. And I forget which media outlet was giving him a hard time about it. And I think he said, "Oh, I've heard of the High Line. I heard good things about the High Line, but I heard he'd never been on there." So something about that. Yeah, someone suggested going to East New York to film The Hood. There's nobody shot there, nobody stabbed, no one trapped in a car, overturned and dying or whatever. It's usually not worth just going to the Hood for the purpose of going to the Hood. You might see some assaults, you might see some crime, maybe folks stealing stuff or whatever, but not really gonna make the news, you know. So that's why we cover the 5 boroughs and respond to major newsworthy incidents in the 5 boroughs. Hidden historical spots. Hey, that sounds good as well. I do like history. Bathing ape scanner. I think it's interesting how you guys call it. Hey, where can I get a police scanner? Anytime someone says that, I'm thinking, wow, you actually can't get a police scanner, because that sounds like it's owned by the police department, right? That sounds like it's serious. But no, what we buy is, you know, one of those radios. I forget what frequencies. It's like a UHF, VHF radio or whatever. And we're able to program those frequencies in order to monitor. Operative word is monitor the frequencies, not transmit, because it requires some kind of special programming or whatever it is that we're not familiar how to do, nor do we care to do that, because members of the press, or anyone else for that matter who's not police, law enforcement, EMS, fire, really has no business. We're gonna pick up our phone and dial 911. That's how we tell something to the cops, fire, or EMS, just like everybody else. And don't get me wrong, you'll always hear, you know, about buffs who think they're so cool, and maybe they might say something on the radios. Maybe they have a way that they program the radios to say they're able to transmit. Something happened here and I have no idea what. I have no idea what happened there. God forbid it's a pedestrian struck or something. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna leave this area until I figure out what that is. But anyway, yeah, like I said, you know, there's always gonna be those guys who will transmit, or, you know, don't be that guy. Because God forbid, you know, you press the wrong button and now you're open carrying, you know, and you hear about even police open carrying all the time, which means you know, they might press the mic down on accident. Let's say you're grabbing something and you press the mic down. Like if I press mine down, nothing happens. And now you're creating a safety issue, because now they're hearing whatever background you talking, whatever. So definitely a bad idea to have your radio being able to transmit. You're near the center, right? Center of what? Scanner is cheap. Most don't work on NYPD frequency. Yeah, I mean, you can just you got to program it. But yeah, you can just listen, but usually not transmit, which you don't need to do anyway. Which, by the way, they might encrypt all the radios. So this could be pretty much the end of me if they do that. There are a lot of members of the press, especially with the New York City Press Association, that is going to have a heavy resistance to this. Not resistance, yeah, resistance. And also, we got to get political if this happens, to press for members of the press having access to that. And it would only make sense, you know, for the purpose of breaking news. And anybody else really does not need to listen to it, you know. especially perps. You don't want perps to listen to this scanner. Of course, I like to think perps are not smart enough to be investing a lot of time in trying to learn what all the codes mean, but I think that encrypting is a great way to keep the police radio transmissions out of the wrong hands. Yeah, downtown Brooklyn, yes. Hey, I'm gonna check out what's going on over the back there. They had a lot of flares and stuff, so yeah, I'm gonna look into that. And you'll download an app. Yeah, there's apps as well, but they don't have everything. That's why we don't rely on the apps. But yeah, take care, guys. See you guys on the next job. And if you hit subscribe and turn on the notifications, you should hear about any future live broadcast. Thank you for watching. Adam Bell Hatchet, Loud Labs News, New York City. Yeah, and I still see scanners on these tow truck guys. I saw one the other night. He had the same radio as me. He had like this clipped onto his shirt. So take care, Janelle. Take care, folks. See you guys